Good morning, good evening, whatever time that you are watching this. If you're like me, your kids are in bed and you're using the last spare moments that you have before you need to be in bed yourself for the next day. So um, I want to share some knowledge with you, and I want to share my story. And thank you for taking the time. This is a time investment, and I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say and what I've learned about essential oils. And if I can figure this out, guys, this is my third time to try to do this class. I have just had kind of a nightmare trying to get technology to be my best friend. But we're going to make it tonight. And hopefully I want to see if I can do some screen sharing, but first I want to share my story. Or let me see here. I want to screen share. Hold on just a moment. Slideshow, yay, perfect. I think we've got it. Okay, so this is my personal testimony. I was a skeptic. I was kind of rude to my friend Alyssa, who got me interested in it. I severely hurt my back one time, and my best friend dropped everything, came over, and took some Panaway and some peppermint and mixed it up in a little bowl that I had with some olive oil. She put it on my back, and I had instant relief. And that was kind of my first real experience with essential oils. She was my doula whenever I gave birth to Adeline, and a very good experience. It was the first natural labor and delivery that I'd had. Very thankful, and there's a little bit of trauma that I had afterward, after I delivered Addie. I won't go into all of it, but I wonder if it hadn't have been for the support staff and for Alyssa, and maybe I don't know. The Lord was really working in my story, though. I wonder what would have happened if Alyssa hadn't been there. So I was still a skeptic, even though I had this experience. I went ahead and got my kit, and I was still a little, maybe, I don't know, maybe a little bit rude. Just not wanting to be deceived and not wanting to swallow the pill, only to find out a couple months that essential oils are kind of a big fraud. So I was cautious, I guess. The next thing that so when I got my kit, it arrived on my front door. It seemed like it took forever. I opened it up, I pulled the lavender out, because that was the big reason I bought the kit. I wanted that lavender because I knew that it would be good for my daughter's little legs, because it was summertime and her little legs would swell up like sausages every time that she got a mosquito bite, and it was embarrassing, and it was so sad to see her legs just swell up so much. And I ended up dumping the entire thing on my couch accidentally because the kit, I don't know if you guys know this, but it comes with a roller ball that you can fit down in there, and you're supposed to screw the cap on all the way and then unscrew it and use it. I didn't know that that's how you get it solid in there, and ended up dumping the whole thing. I was so frustrated. Didn't buy lavender for a good while after that. But the next thing I used in my kit was Dejais. Dejais has a lot of herbs that are very calming for the stomach, and I am like my dad in that I have a lot of stomach problems. He had such issues that he could not go to sleep, he couldn't sleep either, but if he ate after 8 p.m., he would be in the bathroom, losing all of his stomach contents. And it was violent. It would wake up the whole house when he was struggling with that. And I didn't have problems to that extreme, but I knew that I had a lot of the same. And I honestly couldn't stand the smell of Dejais, but I knew it was helping. And I made some mistakes and had to gain some experience. And I'm so glad that I did. So that's kind of my story, how I got started in this. I want to jump in with some education. So what are essential oils? Let's just start at the very beginning. If you don't know what essential oils are, well, just get basic understanding. Essential oils are the most powerful part of the plant. They are distilled from shrubs, from flowers, trees, roots, bushes, fruit, rind from the fruit, and herbs and resins. Oils consist of hundreds of different natural organic compounds. In humans, they can provide support for every single system in the body, which is why people love them so much. They're so versatile. Your skeletal system, muscular system, circulatory system, endocrine system, your hormones, respiratory support, and immune support. They support healthy brain and a healthy weight. They are used extensively for spiritual support in your prayer life, as well as emotional support. Did you guys know that in the Bible, essential oils are mentioned either directly or indirectly? I think it's 1,200 times. So it kind of shows, we'll talk a little bit about the history in a little bit, but there's so much in the Bible that I never knew about until I got into oils. So oils have been used for thousands of years as beauty aids as well, and an oil in a diffuser can soothe a child's really rough day at school. They can provide a calming effect. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's this video floating around where somebody takes a baby, I think it's called Seedlings Calm, and they just kind of wave it in front of their newborn that's crying hysterically. And in seconds, that baby is calming down. So I don't understand how it works all the time. I don't have a scientific explanation. I am not a professional, and I won't be trying to fix all of your problems and tell you that oils are going to fix all of your problems. I just want you to know what a gift they are and what they've been to my family. So oils can be used as an alternative to cleaning chemicals in the home, which can be really, really important to your health. The lady that put this PowerPoint together, I follow her. Her name is Sarah, and she had, I just wish I could tell you her whole story because it's so inspiring. But she was basically forced to stop overloading her body systems with toxins and chemicals, and cleaning out her cleaning supply closet was a huge factor to her healing everything that she was dealing with. She would have brain bleeds every month whenever Mother Nature would come to visit. And she was on, I think, 13 different medications. She would line them up and just look at all of the symptoms that these might cause and have to choose. And her doctor said, you're going to have to choose between the symptoms. And I think she also had a heart murmur, but she had to choose between a heart attack or a stroke. Her health was just getting that bad. She was a homeschool mom. She worked hard, tried to stay above the poverty line, did everything that they told her to do, in that you go to college, you get a good degree, and then you should be fine for the rest of your life if you do those things. They did those things. They worked their tails off. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. This lady's story is amazing. Her name is Sarah Harnisch. Essential oils can really help with cleaning your home in a way that it's never been cleaned before. You can literally start swapping out every single chemical in your home to live a purer lifestyle, and you can do it without breaking the bank. There's cost analysis that you can look into. I don't know if you guys have heard of thieves cleaning. We'll talk a little bit about that in a second. The next thing I want to let you guys look at, this is the starter kit. We're going to be training on the premium starter kit. This is worth about $412 if you were to buy it little by little by little. This is steeply discounted at $165. And it's the only thing on the Young Living website that's half off. It comes with 12 full-sized bottles of oil and a desert mist diffuser. This one is a home diffuser. Oh, I should have brought my desert mist in here to show you guys, but it's the more popular one. You'll see it later on. This one only turns to blue, or you can turn the light off and still diffuse. So that like 2 settings and that's it. And you get to choose which diffuser you want. If you choose the desert mist or the home, there's no cost upgrade. If you want to upgrade to the more fancy, like the most elaborate diffuser has speakers in it, like Bluetooth speakers and ambiance settings and stuff. I don't have that one yet, but it's called the Aria. You might see it in these slides. Anyway, so this the desert mist that I was talking about has 11 different colored light settings, including a little candle flicker setting. I love that one. It's kind of like a yellowy orangey flicker mode. So, and I just want to let you know that you guys are getting a better deal than I had whenever I signed up, because whenever I signed up, there were less oils. I think 2 less oils. So this little kit that you're looking at right here contains respiratory oils, pain oils, immune support oils, stress oils, emotional oils, digestive oils, oils for alertness, and oils for fear, as well as intentional, aromatic, and topical oils. And our powerhouse product of Ningxia, you see this juice right here, this Ningxia Red, that comes from China, and it's got an amazing story itself. We have a class on that too, that if you don't know what an antioxidant is, it will rock your world. It's a whole food liquid supplement loaded with antioxidants. It can, let's see, so this Thieves kit also, or this premium starter kit also contains Thieves, the most affordable oil-infused plant-based cleaning line on the planet. I love this kit because it gives you a whirlwind sample of some of the best products that we have. That's true, guys. It's got a little bit of everything that Young Living has to offer, some of the best. Okay. So, do you know how to use oils? I don't know how much exposure that you guys have had, but I want you to know that you do not have to be an aromatherapist in order to use these. I have like 1 semester of college behind my belt with no kind of degree on my name. And I love using these, and I'm not fearful of using them. These have supported my family for a while. So there's 3 things that I want you to know about how to use oils. So the English people will apply it topically. So I have some Thieves right here, and I sent you guys some Thieves too. You put maybe 1 drop. You can rub it maybe on your back. Thieves is really good for strengthening your immune system and for fighting off stuff that you don't want, bad bacteria and all kinds of things that we pick up and that will be bad on our immune system. So that's how the English use it. That means, so just rub it on your skin. The French will actually ingest it and cook with them, and this is something that I love to do. So I like to have some in my water. If you do that, make sure that you are using a glass container or a stainless steel. Do not use plastic, because the oils will react with the plastic and actually eat away the plastic. So the Germans also, the third one is Germans will diffuse and inhale the essential oils. So this is how the Germans would use them. They would take, let's see, I still have Thieves on my hands, so this is what I would do. Just breathe it in. especially if you don't have a diffuser, you can just breathe it in. So how do the oils enter and how long do they last in the human body? Tests have shown, this is amazing, guys. Listen to this. Tests have shown that oils reach your heart, your liver, and thyroid within 3 seconds of being inhaled. They were found in the bloodstream within 26 seconds when applied topically. Expulsion of essential oils usually takes 3 to 6 hours in a normal, healthy body. If your body is really full of toxins, you might have a different experience. I think that people that normally are pretty toxic will have, there's something called detox headaches, so that your body is utilizing it to try to clean out some of that, and sometimes it causes headaches. I had that with lavender after not having it for so long, and I basically just had to leave lavender alone for a little bit and come back to it later. And I found, after giving it a little bit of a break, that I could add it into my routine with no problem. But a lot of times, if something is giving you a detox headache, it's because you need it. So don't forget about it completely. Don't leave it on the shelf completely. Just come back to it later and see how your body is feeling. The wonderful, beautiful thing about cleaning out your body and listening to your body is that you can start to trust it, and it will tell you what you want. The founder of Young Living says that if you don't know what oil to use for that day, just the first one that you're really drawn to is probably the one that you need most. And over, I found that to be true. I know that it kind of sounds wishy-washy and just kind of, I don't know, weird. It sounds weird. But I found over and over, like I was drawn to RC, which is really good for respiratory. And it wasn't too long later where I really started to have respiratory problems and I needed some more support. So, and this has happened over and over again. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is essential oil history. This is fascinating to me, guys. Raise your hand if you love history. Oils were first mentioned by name in the biblical book of Genesis, chapter 37, when Joseph was sold to the slave traders. They carried spicery, balm, and myrrh. Genesis ends with the burial of Joseph's father, anointed with myrrh. There are over 1,100 direct and indirect mentions of the essential oils in Scripture. So that's 1,100, not 1,200. Some of the oldest cultures in the earth use essential oils. The Babylonians used cedar wood. I have some of that right here on my desk. Myrrh and cypress. The Egyptians used essential oils for beauty and for embalming. They have the oldest recorded deodorant recipe made with essential oils. I wonder how long it took them to figure that out after living in the desert, having sandstorms all over the place. We need some deodorant, guys. It's time we figure out a blend that we can use for this. Some of the oldest cultures in the world, oh, I already read that. Pakistan and Rome used essential oils in communal bathhouses. Isn't that kind of disgusting? Can you imagine taking a bath with 100 other people? You would need something strong. Essential oils were even used by Christ. Jesus was given gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Frankincense is sometimes referred to as the coconut of essential oils because it has over 10,000 uses. Frankincense, you need this in your life. Essential oils were used by the medieval Europeans. It was only after World War II when oils were kind of rediscovered, and the science on their use grows with every single year. This is not in my script, but I'm going to say it anyway. Frankincense was considered more valuable than gold back in Jesus' day. It was considered more valuable than gold, and we get it for a fraction of the cost. One of the things that I love about frankincense is how it's harvested, and we're actually going to cover that here in a couple slides. So how do essential oils work? sometimes you can find lavender online at farmers markets or at bulk food stores. In the United States, there's no rating system for essential oils. This is important, guys. It would be wonderful if there was, because then you'd know what you're buying. If you walk into a grocery store, even my beloved Hobby Lobby, um, you'll find things that I wouldn't recommend. You won't find essential oils that I would recommend. If you walk into a grocery store and look at a box of cereal, you'll see their nutrition side, the facts on the side, but there's no nutrition facts on the side of oils traditionally. So that means you have to trust the source and you have to know the company that you're purchasing from. One of the main things that sets us aside from other oil companies is that we own our own farms. And that means we have the authority to say what goes on the soil, what goes on the plants, how everything is harvested, how everything is tested. This is our seed to seal promise that Young Living likes to talk about. Let me see if I can move this. Yeah, can we move that? Can you still see that? So another thing that sets Young Living apart is the seed to seal promise. So let me break it down into what this actually means. At Young Living, we do not strip constituents to make our oils smell better. We do not mix species of the same oil. We do not spray weed killers or pesticides or herbicides or use genetically modified seeds. We spend $12,000 per acre to hand weed lavender instead of the industry standard of $60 per acre for the same plant. The industry standard is $60 per acre because spraying pesticides is much cheaper than hand weeding. We do not distill with solvents like hexane. Our soil is some of the best. It's not tainted with mercury, arsenic, glyphosate, or any poison because our fields are untouched by toxic chemicals. We harvest at the same time of day that Young Living's research team has found to be the ideal time for that specific plant. So they've done a ton of research to find out when the best time is to harvest. Whenever the oil is considered at its peak in the time of the month, the scientists will go out into the fields and take it back to the lab and test it to see if it's reached its peak yet. And that's how they know when it's good time to harvest, to make sure that they get the best of the best part of the plant for that part of the season. So we know that the peak is because of our extensive library on essential oils, the oldest and largest globally compiled for nearly 30 years of research on farms on 6 continents. Whenever the market for essential oils was really closed to Americans at France, Gary Young was found a way to make relationships with some of the very few people that were willing to open up a little bit to Gary and kind of share their secrets and share how important it was. They believed it was a sacred process to use these plants. And you can find a lot more about the whole story in this book. I love this book. You can find it on the website. I think it's $20-some, and it's just full of pictures. It has the entire story. It has some education on Ningxia. Kind of hard. It's a little bit big to open, but the einkorn, which is like the ancient grain. Very good book. I love looking at it from time to time. Beautiful, beautiful story. So I'm going to go ahead and continue here. So these are all of our farms. Look, it's all over the world. I love this. And we, every time that I make an order, I get a newsletter, and I see very often that we have more and more farms popping up all over the place, which is really exciting. And they have new, at least twice a year, they have new oils that they have been working on. And another really key thing here is that whenever you spray pesticides on the soil, it takes 30 years of the natural processes to build it back up again, to get that so that the plant doesn't retain any of those toxins. It takes 30 years. So there's a lot of work represented here in this map just loving on the soil and making sure that it's the best that it needs to be to provide the best quality of essential oils. I really would love to go right here. You see that? In Israel. That's probably one of my top picks. I would also like to go to the France one. I'm not sure how to pronounce this. But the closest one is obviously in Utah. Closest one to me, and probably most of you too. So let me get back to where we're at. So Gary Young grew helichrysum essential oil at the St. Mary's in Idaho, and then Mona in Utah, and then the Mediterranean country of Croatia to watch its scores on our seed to seal testing. We don't know where it grows natively. We grow it where it grows best and produce the most effective oil for the body. Our farms are all over the world. You can visit any of the farms if you like, because we are very transparent about what goes on into the oils. Side note, if you were to call some of the leading, what is it called? Like competitors of Young Living and asked to see their farms, and if you really pressed it, they would actually send you to Young Living's farms, because they don't own the farms. And I don't know if it's because they are not allowed to let people on there, or maybe they just don't have the setup, but Young Living does. And you can go up to their farms anytime during their open hours, and you can talk to the scientists that work there and just confirm that this is really the best that you can get for your money. Okay, so I need to get back here because I keep getting distracted. We test 8 times at the farm, and then again at the Spanish Fork, Utah, and then again after bottling. We do 24 tests per bath to make sure that the oil meets our standards. We do third-party testing with 2 accredited, respected independent labs. Young Living's oils are tested by scientists with over 180 years of combined lab experience. Most of the scientists were hand-trained by former Gary Young himself. He has since passed away a couple years ago, and I watched the funeral, and it was very long. A lot of people had a lot of good to say, and I felt like I got to know him quite a bit from reading this book and from listening to what people had to say about him in their tributes. Gary Young was a pretty amazing guy. And I would love to do a class sometime just on the history of Young Living itself, because it's fascinating and it's a beautiful story of, I just know it'll inspire you guys. Water is so good with essential oil. Young Living is a global leader in essential oils with nearly $2 billion in sales annually, and that means those that use the oils keep returning because they work. Young Living is a multi-level marketing company, and FYI, statistically, most MLMs are out and are done and max out and just die after about 7 years. Young Living has lasted over 20 years. I think it's over 25 even. So it's pretty fascinating that people keep coming back for the oils because they know that they work. There are 3,000 global employees, 600 life-changing products, 16 corporate and partner farms, and more than 20 international markets, 50 highly trained scientists, 12 independent partner labs, and 6 million global members. Those that use the oils keep coming back because they work. This is the next thing I want to talk to you about. If you want to hear more about the seed to seal process and see for yourself, you can check that out. To say that Young Living is the same as a generic off-brand or a brand at the grocery store makes no sense, because they're completely 2 different products. Did you guys know that there's actually more lavender sold in the United States per year than worldwide? That is produced worldwide. Come to find out, because of the loose standards on essential oils, a lot of what you read on a label as lavender is actually lavandin, and it's completely different. It's a little bit sickening, but I won't get on that soapbox because it'll take me forever to get off of it. So why use an oil to get away from chemicals, then use an oil laden with chemicals? Because if you have a crop of orange trees, and then you spray pesticides on it, and then you take that crop and make it highly concentrated in one bottle, what else is going to be in that bottle? A lot of the pesticides and the chemicals and things that are really bad for you. So I would rather you not take highly concentrated pesticides mixed with a little bit of fragrant essential oil if you don't know what you're getting, if you're not getting it from a reputable source. You cannot have quality without the cost. The two go hand in hand. So we understand in every other industry except aromatherapy that mechanically separated rib meat is not the same as pasteurized grass-fed organic beef. A third-party lab test doesn't make an oil pure. Saying your oils are better does not make them pure. Integrity and hard work and high standards do. And that is the seed to seal, and that's why Young Living is different. And I would even add to this that Young Living has really won my trust because I know that they've lost millions of dollars before because they were unwilling to take a crop that was under standard from what they'd made before. The crop just didn't go well, and they scrapped it. They didn't waste it, but they did not sell it, and they lost millions of dollars on one of their most popular oils, Valor. The Idaho Blue Tansy just did not do well. And Valor was out of stock for years, I think 2.5 years maybe. So our promise of purity is one thing that really sets us apart. You can learn more again on that website. All of our oil is shipped from around the world to Spanish Fork, Utah, where it's run through a vigorous 8-point testing to ensure the purity. Those tests are run in triplicate at the farm, I think I'm saying that right, at Spanish Fork, and the third time before bottling. So what does that mean? The testing is thorough and precise. It is why I don't buy from mom and pop small shops. They don't have the team that's necessary to stay on top of hundreds of essential oils and blends. They don't have the seed to seal. So you can visit our farms. And, I love supporting small businesses. It makes me feel really a lot of pride and patriotic when I can support them. But I wouldn't trust any essential oil other than Young Living, and that's just me. You can make your own choice, and I won't be mad at you. I won't be sticking my nose up in the air, but I think the proof is in the pudding. Okay, so let's move on. Why can you not just buy oils at the grocery store? They're cheaper, that's for sure. You cannot just buy oils at the grocery store because of purity. You really do get what you pay for. I have seen bottles of frankincense for $7 at the grocery store, but it costs more than that just to distill. It's a red flag that an oil has been adulterated in some form. And most people want frankincense for the therapeutic qualities that it has. And it's not therapeutic if it hasn't been through that rigorous testing period. So this is a photo of our frankincense resin being distilled at the proper temperature for days to pull out the best oil out of the plant. The labor to distill this plant is one of the reasons it is so costly. The only way to sell it for $10 to $12 would be to adulterate the oil, or you would make no profit selling it at all at that cost. One of the beautiful things about this is that I think the tree has to be like 70 years old before they start cutting they cut the bark and let it bleed out this sappy, gooey, well, you'll see it in the next thing. So frankincense must be tapped like a maple syrup tree. You guys see that? It's kind of gross, but still, it's kind of cool. The resin will ooze out, but quickly turns into a hard resin that you see at the bottom right. It takes a long process to turn into the oil that you see in the frankincense bottle. Or you can distill with solvents, if that's your choice, many of which cause cancer, and you can have an oil much more quickly at a much lower labor cost. But then you have solvents in your oil. Young Living does not use chemical solvents to extract frankincense. That's what Seed to Seal is all about. We do things the hard way to get you the best oil. So one of the things that I love is that these oils are all over the world. And we'll talk about that in a little bit, but you need to basically know 4 things. All of essential oil companies their product will fall into 4 categories: authentic, manipulated, perfume, and synthetic. Authentic means that the oils are 100% pure with no added synthetics and no added additives in the bottle. These are Young Living oils. Manipulated is the second. It means that the final product has been made to smell more pleasing and less earthy. Some oils just don't smell that great. The first time I smelled cedarwood, I thought that it smelled like cat pee. There's another one that's Idaho. It's not Idaho. It's eucalyptus blue, and I loved it, but my friends thought it smelled like cat pee. Some of them are just not that great, but if you get an oil that's manipulated, they will try to make it a little bit more perfumey instead of more therapeutic. The heavier molecules have been stripped out, and another additive has been introduced to enhance the aroma. And then the number 3 is the perfume oils. Perfume oils are not pure. They are mixed with synthetics to enhance the aroma. These oils have no therapeutic action, and frequently solvents are used to extract the plant. And then fourthly, synthetic oils are not true oils at all. They smell nothing like the original plant and are typically labeled scented products. This is probably what is in a lot of Bath and Body Works. Even some of the more popular brands out there, guys. I hate to tell you, but fragrance is very bad for you. There is an app called Think Dirty app that you can scan the barcode on a lot of your things, and it'll tell you what it's rated on a scale of 1 to 10 and what it's rated for. I've had a lot of products that were okay except for the fragrance added. If it would have been fine if just not for the fragrance. So authentic, number 1, which is what Young Living is the only true pure oil, even though legally, according to FDA standards, other companies that may be synthetic or perfume, they can still put 100% pure on there if they've only got 5% plant material in there, only 5% oil in there. I'll tell you what's really neat is one of these, I think it's perfume oils. Perfume oils are like water has been drained off of the actual oil, and some companies will take that oil and sell it to another oil company so that they can make a profit on something that's not labeled completely correctly. Young Living does not do that, but what they do is they use that water that's been taken off of the oil, and they put it in these little spa tubs that they have at the farms, and people will just jump in there when they're visiting and have like just in their clothes. So it's kind of funny. I've seen some pictures. It's pretty funny. I've not been there yet, but I really want to go sometime. Okay, so I'm going to move on because I feel like we've been there. But it's just, the question remains, why go an extra step of using an oil to get away from a chemical, only to use another oil that's laden with chemicals? And it just makes no sense, especially if you're using a concentrated product, which is what an essential oil is. Okay, so what is the impact of spraying with pesticides? Is it really that bad? I want you to see the impact of spraying a crop with pesticides can do to the human body. There was a study in Sweden that was cataloged in a video called the organic effect. This is pertaining to food. However, when it takes tens of thousands of rose blossoms to make an ounce of rose oil, and the oils are even more concentrated than food. So a pesticide sprayed on a crop will be even more concentrated than on food, like an apple skin. This is why we don't spray. And I'm gonna see if I can, I don't know if this will work. You might have to find it somewhere else. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have technical difficulties with it because I couldn't get this to work even earlier, but that it's called the organic effect, and it was a study in Sweden. So if you can, go ahead and look at that again. So how are oils made? It takes a great, oh wait, I have one more. Okay, so young living seed to seal process is a promise of integrity. The plants are harvested at their very peak, but through the vigorous seed to seal testing process, they go through the farm directly to your home. Seed to seal is really their promise. It's not just a slogan. So why do some essential oil companies sell more cheaply than others? It doesn't make sense. You really do want to get the best bang for your buck, right? Most essential oils are sold more cheaply than others because the companies are cutting corners to save money. If you spray a crop with pesticides, you will have more crop to distill. If you use a chemical solvent to extract the oil, you pull more out. So you can actually get more oil out of the product if you use pesticides. If you dilute it with a cheaper oil or a carrier oil, you're going to stretch the oil that you have distilled and can easily sell it more cheaply. So like I have a 15 milliliter of pine. If you're buying from another company, they can legally say it's still 100% pure by putting 5% and then filling up the rest with whatever they want, as long as it's legal. And the FDA is kind of loose. I mean, I don't, it's kind of sad to me, but maybe we'll get there. And I understand, I don't want to be crucifying our precious American patriotic farmers. I understand that they've got to make a profit and we want our farmers to thrive, but there's a better way. I really believe that. And I don't know how you feel about pesticides being sprayed on your food, but it's extremely more important, especially when we're talking about concentrated oils. So how are oils made? So most essential oil, it takes a great deal of work to produce a tiny amount of essential oil. 60,000 rose blossoms. Think of the ones that you get at Valentine's Day. It's coming up. Think of 60,000 rose blossoms. They provide only 1 ounce of rose oil. Lavender is really abundant, so 200 pounds will provide 7 pounds of oil. Jasmine is like miraculous and beautiful because it must be picked by hand before the sun becomes hot on the very first day they open. So these blossoms are opening. They've got to be hand picked. I think they are out there picking all night to make sure that the oil doesn't evaporate, because once it starts opening up and the sun is hot and it hits that flower, those oils are evaporated, they're gone. So jasmine is one of the most expensive oils in the world. It takes 8 million hand-picked blossoms to produce 2.2 pounds of oil. A sandalwood tree must be 30 years old and 30 feet high before it can be cut down for distillation. Gary Young's sandalwood trees must be 90% dead before they are harvested. But I think sandalwood was one of Gary Young's favorite oils. He made the statement that if people understood the power of sandalwood, it would always be out of stock because the the demand would be so high. So it's important that you know that a little bit goes a long way. Oils are very cost effective. Most oils are $10 to $30 per bottle, depending on an oil's thickness. A 5 milliliter contains about 90 to 100 drops. I have a 5 milliliter right here. And then I have a 15 milliliter right here. This is my Thieves and my orange. Try to line them up so you can see them. A 15 milliliter contains 200 to 240 drops. Each application is 1 to 3 drops, meaning even a small bottle will get you a 45 to 90 different applications. So Thieves Cleaner, let me see. Thieves Cleaner is made only out of plants. I think it's so cool that we can clean our houses with plants. We don't have to use chemicals. It costs about $1.50 to make. You can't even get that in the organic section of the grocery store. It replaces multi-purpose cleaner, glass cleaner, floor cleaner. The organic versions of those can run $4 to $6 a bottle. In Young Livings, you can make it for $1.50. Very cool. I've got 2 in my house right now, and I want to make another one to send to our church to use because Daniel and I clean the Family Life Center. Sorry guys, I'm talking a lot and my voice is getting kind of scratchy. Okay, so Thieves Cleaner and Thieves Hand Sanitizer come in the starter kit that we're talking about. So there's another class that you can take, Thieves class, a toxin-free live. I'm not sure. Let me see. Okay. There's an entire Thieves class I'd like to teach you on the power of this essential oil blend, which comes in your starter kit. It's our second class, and it's a core 5 series of free aromatherapy training that our team offers. We love to come alongside you and train you in simple, easy steps, and I'd give you a little tease of the power of essential oils in a couple slides. For today, I recommend that you start with the starter kit and add the Thieves Essential Rewards bundle. In one swoop, you can affordably replace just about every chemical cleaner in your cabinet. This is especially important. This advice that she gives is especially important if you are struggling with a really big health problem. Your body is screaming out for help, and this is going to help a lot so that you're not going to be choked by so many toxins. Even with a toxin-free like home, we're still exposed to so much on the outside. And I won't get on that soapbox because it also takes too long to get off of. So I mentioned Essential Rewards. This is different. I want you to know you do not have to sign up with Essential Rewards, which is the subscription box monthly that you get to choose what's in it. This is different from the premium starter kit. You get your starter kit, you get a membership. The next step, if you choose to take it, and if you're like me, you have to take it because it's the best choice for your family, you get on Essential Rewards. What does this mean? So on Essential Rewards, there's no extra fees. You can cancel at any time and it costs you nothing. I know a lot of those subscription boxes, if you cancel early before they want you to, they will gouge you. Young Living does not do that. So this is a neat way to add more points into your account so that you can spend those like cash later on. So if you are on Essential Rewards consistently, months 1 through 3, you're going to get 10% in points back. So if you spend $100 each month, you're going to get $10, $20, $30 back. And it adds up after, like I'm right here, months 25 plus, I am earning a lot in points. And if you buy your soap from one company, all of your cleaning supplies from one company, all of your immune boosting from one company, namely Young Living on Essential Rewards, then they will, you see this right here, 190 PV, 250 PV, and 300 PV. This means that they will send you free stuff when you reach these tiers. And the thing is, guys, we're already spending these amounts elsewhere. Walmart gets so much money, especially before I got into Young Living. Essentially, like when I was buying my shampoos and conditioners and my hairspray and my shaving creams and um, you know, any of like cosmetics and, you know, that stuff adds up. This company is the only one that I've ever used that will pay you back and will give back, and it will also support friends like me. I love the fact that whenever I place an order, I'm helping my friend to put dinner on the table or to pay for her daughter's piano lessons so that she can, you know, accomplish her dream to be a genius or to play in one of the main theaters. I don't know. What's the main theater in New York that everybody's crazy about? Anyway, so Essential Rewards is really fun. It's kind of like getting a Christmas present every single month in the mail. Okay, so let's see. So instead of buying at a grocery store, you can earn points back and free oils for certain tiers. Walmart's never paid me back in free stuff. And as much as I love Aldi's and Hobby Lobby, I mean, they have some perks, but they have not blessed me as much as Young Living has for free. For free. So let me see. So then the freebies that I was telling you about at these tiers, they are renewed every month. And I want to remind you guys that the Essential Rewards box, you can choose how much you're going to spend in each one. You can also choose whatever you want. That's not common with subscription boxes. They will send you a box because it's easy to predetermine what they need to send, and they will send you, and you can love it or you can lump it. Young Living lets you decide what you want. And there's different ways to make this the best for your schedule. They do give you emails. Like I think I get 3 emails before they finally push my ER through on the same day. You can also choose the day that you want it to be set at. I think I'm going to go ahead and move on though. Essential Rewards is amazing. And if you're going to buy from Young Living, I mean, and if you are too scared to make a commitment to something monthly, I recommend that you get on Essential Rewards, get the free points, spend the free points, and then get off if you want. If you don't think that you are too scared, go ahead and sign up for it, and then you can cancel later for nothing. That way you get cheaper shipping, you get better prices. It's just the best. It's the best. Okay, I'm going to stop talking about that. Okay, so the value of Essential Rewards. This is kind of neat to look at. So this is the point savings system. So if you spend so much, you'll get like 10% back, and then it's, I think 15, was it 15? It was 20%, and then it's 25%. So over the course of 5 years, I'm between this and this. So I've saved between $7,665 and $16,050. Somewhere around here, that's how much I have saved by ordering on Essential Rewards as opposed to a quick one-time order. And they also have their own version of Amazon Prime. I don't think that it's mentioned here, but it's called Young Living Go and Young Living Go Plus, and you can choose which package you want. I don't have to pay for shipping now because I signed up for that. And just like Amazon Prime, it's like a one-time fee, one yearly fee for cheaper shipping, and it does save you quite a bit of money on shipping. Okay, so this is her video, and again, I don't think I'm going to be able to play it. I don't know how. I don't think I can. Hold on just a moment. Okay, so here she just wants you to see the power of thieves. Thieves is fantastic, guys. You come over to my house and bring me your stains and I will help you get them out. Out of your laundry, out of your dishes. I would love to see you anyway, so even if you bring it or if you forget it, just come see me. Okay. So this pan has been through 11 dishwasher loads and a full scrubbing with steel wool, but there were still soot marks burned into the metal, and thieves and baking soda combined are a powerhouse. Okay, okay, so the more that you look into essential oils, the more you might feel like you've read too many blog posts that scare you off. Are essential oils, are they safe? We are almost to the end of our aromatherapy hangout time. We'll talk about safety, and then you'll get to experience the oils for yourself. Then our class is over. Many people are asking me if oils are so powerful, are they really safe? There are certain oils that are photosensitive, meaning you don't want to wear them and go outside. And these are mostly citrus oils like citrus fresh and lemon. I have some orange right here. One of the things that I don't want to do is to go get a tan after I've just rubbed this all over my arms. That will burn your skin. So just be aware of that. If you're going to put a citrus oil on and then go directly outside where you're going to be in the bright sun, put it under your clothes and you'll be safe. Okay. So when you're using them on the skin, always watch for redness. Dilute with a carrier oil. Sometimes you do have to watch a little bit. Make sure that your skin is accepting the oil and is not going to react badly. So dilute oils on children. So as soon as you get your kit, and even before, I would get some coconut oil. The stuff is amazing. You can get it at Aldi's. Coconut oil has so many uses. You need it in your life, even if you don't get a kit, okay? So children's skin is more permeable. This is important to know. It absorbs oils more quickly. What is a carrier oil? It's a fatty oil like olive oil, coconut oil, and you'll find it in your kitchen. Another one is jojoba oil. A fatty oil like these carrier oils, its molecules are much bigger than those of essential oils. So the molecules kind of have to ping pong through the larger essential oil, the larger molecules of the carrier oil in order to get to your skin. So you can't, a lot of these oils you can use neat, which means you're just dropping them, using them, and they're not diluted. But the oil will last longer on your skin if you do dilute them. So if like you wanted to use peppermint for a muscle rub and you wanted it to stay on there a while, you need to use the coconut oil, and it's cheaper to dilute it. It'll stretch your product. So get some coconut oil as soon as you can. Using a carrier oil with an essential oil slows down. Oh, I already took care of that. Okay, so next, other safety tips before your kit arrives. So be wary of putting oils topically near your eyes. You want to stay away from your eyes as much as you can. Some oils like peppermint cause a burning sensation. If you're placing an oil near your eye though, use a Q-tip and apply it very carefully and kind of dab it instead of like tipping it to your face. That would not be good. Don't do this. Don't do that. This is another important thing. You can be desensitized to an oil if you use the same one day after day after day after day. So it's good to rotate them. Every 3 or 4 days, change up your oily routine. So if you're using lavender for sleep, use it for 3 or 4 days and then switch to cedarwood. And you can switch to frankincense. Trying to think of some of the other, peace and calming, and I think stress away is in the kit. Okay, so what about internal use of essential oils? This is a big question in the essential oils community. NAHA, which stands for the National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy, one of the top aromatherapy organizations in the US, does not advocate essential oils for internal use because most companies don't carry generally regarded as safe oils. Many argue that internal essential oils use is unsafe, and I would agree in some circumstances. So, like eucalyptus is not really an internal oil. Pine is not really an internal oil. You need to make sure that you're checking your labels first. Young Living Vitality oils are approved for internal use, just like a food additive. So this is a vitality oil. This is my lemon, and it's in a white label. That means it's safe and clear for internal consumption and for cooking. I am internally using essential oils by putting them in my water. You can make lemonade. You can do all kinds of recipes. There's so many beautiful recipes. So you need to make sure that you're checking the labels. You have been consuming essential oils internally for most of your life anyway. For instance, wintergreen or spearmint when you chew gum, or when you put oregano on your pasta. NAHA, which is the School for Aromatherapy, or the National Association for Holistic Aromatherapy, bases a lot of their choices and their decisions on the British model, which advocates topical use only. But many of the British studies are really flawed. For example, they're done at extremely high doses or in ways that the oils aren't even used. Young Living utilizes all three historical methods: the British, the French, and the German. The French have been using some essential oils internally for decades. Young Living's Vitality line has a distinctive white label that I already showed you, which can make the internal oils more recognizable. So on the flip side, I think it's really fair to make sure that what we're using right now, is that really safe? If you were to pause the video and go look under your kitchen cabinet or under your bathroom cabinet or your cleaning cabinet, every day we put products on our skin or in our body, we breathe them in. Many of these contain damaging chemicals. The average woman, this is insane, the average woman applies 300 chemicals every day to her body just through soaps and makeup and shampoo and hair products. 80 of these products are used before breakfast. So when you use essential oils, when you're using Young Living essential oils, you're using a product with just one ingredient. Unless it's a blend, you're using just one ingredient, like lemon, oregano, or tangerine. There's no additives, no yuck that your body is not gonna love. Okay, so if you're feeling overwhelmed, I know we've been through a lot, but I wanted to take you from knowing almost nothing about essential oils to really being confident. So if you really want to get started with a premium Young Living Premium Starter Kit, that's where I recommend that you start. You see this picture? See this beautiful desert mist diffuser? This is what I was talking about, that has 11 different light settings, including the candle flicker mode. Oh, and these are the roller fitments that I was talking to you about. Now there's 2 in there in the kit. So you'll find your chemical cleaners start to give you headaches when you're around them after you detox and start using those products. Don't step away from toxic chemicals and then go back to them again. Using thieves is your first step toward a chemical-free life. So if you're frugal like me, you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but you want to make good investments when you do spend money, this is a really good, really valuable kit. It's always half off based on the price. Remember the price that I told you originally? If you were to buy each of these pieces individually, over a period of time, you would spend over $400, $412. But this is $165, and you're getting a really fantastic kit. You're getting basically 10 bottles of oil, Ningxia and 2 Thieves products, and a diffuser for free. That is the best bang for your buck. Because if you look at just the cost of Panaway and frankincense, that's worth the entire kit. So this is Panaway and this is frankincense right here. So I want to talk to you guys a little bit about each oil. So let's just cover this real quickly. Frankincense is one of the top skin oils. It helps smooth the appearance of skin, and it's a key ingredient in Young Living's Brain Power Oil. Diffuse it during prayer time to help with grounding and with purpose. I personally love this for focusing. I have a lot of distraction a lot of times and brain fog. Frankincense, I've experienced personally that this is very good for that. It's also good for bug bites and to soothe and discomfort. Frankincense is also like one of the very top oils for any anti-aging. It helps to fight against free radicals in the body. This is an oil that you need. Even if you get nothing else, you need frankincense in your life. It will support your body exponentially. Okay, next is lavender. I want to show you guys lavender. If my thing did not freeze up. Oh, I think it did. Maybe we'll let it pause for a little bit. Maybe I need to stop sharing for a moment. Nope, that didn't do it. Sorry guys, technical difficulties. I think my computer might need some frankincense. Okay, lavender is the oil of relaxation. So diffuse for a calming and soothing aroma. Unwind by adding a few drops to a nighttime bath. This is one of the top oils to support healthy skin. A lot of people love to call it the Swiss Army knife of essential oils because of its many, many uses. Okay, guys, it unfroze, so we'll go back to this. Oops, hold on. Bear with me here. Okay. Sorry. We'll get there. Okay, here's our lavender. The Swiss Army knife of all essential oils. People love it for bruises, blisters, rashes, bug bites, and mild burns. Next is peppermint vitality. It supports gastrointestinal discomfort. It promotes healthy bowel function and enhanced gut function. It helps maintain the efficiency of the digestive tract and supports the performance during exercise. I call this the highway hypnosis oil because one drop will keep me alert while driving. That would be a really good one to keep in your vehicle. This oil is good for mild occasional headaches applied to the temples. And I've done that just recently. And whenever I have been around a lot of places that have a lot of artificial fragrances, and I just have a lot of heaviness just in my respiratory area, I love to put this on because it clears it up so nicely. Citrus Fresh is the next one we need to talk about. It really helps to freshen the air. It's a blend of orange, tangerine, grapefruit, and lemon and mandarin oils. It's a replacement for chemical-based home fragrances. You can make a spritz with it for rooms and closets and over your linens to kind of help it like not keep that stale taste or smell. I taste my pillows. You can dilute this with V6 carrier oil and use it as a perfume. It also helps to tone and smooth the appearance of skin. It's a powerful oil for immune support. I love to diffuse it when I feel off, and I put 10 to 20 drops in 2 cups of Epsom salt and take a hot bath for at least 20 minutes. You will feel very refreshed. Next is Thieves. This is everybody's favorite. Thieves helps support a healthy respiratory system, and it has been proven to kill 99.9% of all germs and bacteria. Young Living, by the way, worked really hard in order to meet FDA approval in order to say that. This is way better than Germ-X, people. When your kids get sick, this is the first thing you ought to do to get your oil in the diffuser. Put it on their feet as well with some coconut oil. Put it on their spine and set up a germ-free zone. Why their feet and spine? Their spine is where the bundles of nerves run through our body, and the feet and hands are where they come out. So if you put oils on those places topically, you're covering a lot of ground in the body, even if you don't know where those germs are hiding out. This is another reason to diffuse thieves, because I don't know if you've ever felt like maybe you could just take Lysol and spray it in everybody's faces just because you did not want to get sick, did not want to have the flu one more round. Diffusing oils really creates that. Like it kills things in the air and pathogens and bacteria and things in your air that you're breathing in that are going to cause you to be sick. This is a fantastic way, fantastic to diffuse whenever you have a lot of friends that are coming down with stuff, okay? Peace and Calming Vitality. This is really good. This is one of the favorite kid oils. Though I have been known to sneak a few drops into my hands and enjoy it as well, I use it to bring peace to the chaos in my head. It's different than Stress Away, and that Stress Away is for prolonged use during the day, specifically to sort the fight or flight stress that comes on fast. Peace and Calming is more for the evening show to slow your mind down. Peace and Calming contains ylang ylang, orange, tangerine, patchouli, and blue tansy. Okay. I really go back and forth between these two oils. I love Stress Away and Peace and Calming, but Stress Away promotes wellness that may be an important part of a daily health regime. It's one of the top emotional oil blends. I like to use it before the onslaught of a heavier day when I know a lot is going to be going on. This oil contains lime, copaiba, which comes from, I think it's South Africa or South America, which I'm not sure which one. I think it's South Africa. Vanilla, and is like a massage for the senses. I really love to wear Stress Away as a perfume. But as she said earlier, Peace and Calming is a little bit better. So lemon is next. I really love lemon. Its citrus flavor enhances the taste of food and water. It is a key ingredient in Thieves and Ningxia Red. It helps to support the immune system. It's wonderful for the liver. I love to put a few drops in my water, like this has the lemon in it. It's also a really fantastic thing to put Epsom salt in your bath. It's also good for removing anything sticky. So like if you had gum in some hair, or you have like some residue on a maybe you bought an antique secondhand and that sticky residue from the sticker won't come off, put some lemon on it. Ooh, if you're a mom and you have those little itty bitty rubber bands to keep your kids' hair like stay put, you can put a drop of lemon oil on that and it will bust the rubber because it eats away at plastic. And that way you won't have like a nightmare trying to get those things out. Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. I have 3 girls and all of them need special attention with their hair. Okay, Panaway. We're making progress, guys, I promise. Panaway, this is one of the first ones that I had experience with. It's not one that you would diffuse. You can put it on sore muscles after you've been exercising. It has a stimulating aroma. Apply to the back of the neck and your neck for a soothing aromatic experience. The day you get your starter kit, put this on your feet and see how they feel. Panaway also helps to support the appearance of healthy skin coloration. 90% of early aging isn't wrinkles, it's actually discoloration of the skin. Add some Panaway to your Art Gentle Cleanser, or your light moisturizer and apply topically. Panaway is also wonderful for mild occasional headaches. I've not tried Panaway as much, but I know it's a very powerful oil. Dejais is one of the ones that I had my first encounters with. I love this one. I mentioned it earlier. It's a top oil for supporting a healthy digestive system. 2 drops along with a drop of peppermint and water for a stimulating beverage. You can also take this in a capsule, Young Living sells empty capsules that you can fill. You can take it internally. Use this with the essential zyme at every meal to support a wellness regime for the gut. I like to use this oil in a capsule if I'm going to be throwing up or if I'm nauseous. That's what Sarah has said. So this is an oil that I do not want to ever be without. In fact, I think if you were to look at my purse right now, I have like 3 bottles of it in my purse. My purse isn't even that big. So I love Dejais. Not everybody loves the smell, but I have grown to love it because of the relief that it gives me. Raven is a really beautiful oil. It's got a lock cap. You see that lock cap on it? It's a cleansing blend of Raven Sarah, peppermint, and eucalyptus radiata. Raven creates a cooling sensation when applied topically to the chest or the throat. You can diffuse it for a soothing aroma. This oil changes the game for anything breathing. If you like those ugly, yucky coughs, I would not want to be without Raven. And then Ningxia is something that you need in your life. I have made my husband start drinking this. And anytime that I know I have a lot of work I need to get done, but a nap sounds so good, but I can't afford to take a nap, I grab one of these babies. You can also get them in bottles as opposed to packets. But make sure you message me before you do that because I have some extra tips that you wouldn't want to know about. You would want to know about. So you get 2 of these in your starter kit, and don't be timid with them because they don't taste like that crazy crunch cardboard organic non-juice yuck. They taste like a mixture of berries and lemonade and all the goodness, but the antioxidants in this little packet is insane. This juice is so good for you that there's an entire class on it. This is not one that you want to miss. This is a really good drink. I recommend putting it either in the freezer and using it as a popsicle or put it in the fridge. Don't try to drink it straight out of the kit unless it's been super cold, like freezing temperatures maybe. Okay, so the next thing is Thieves hand sanitizer and this Thieves spray. Isn't that so cute? Look at that itty bitty little spray bottle. So this is the oil that you put Young Living on the map, and we have an entire line of Thieves infused products that will blow your doors off. From dish soap, I have dish soap, I have laundry soap, I have the household cleaner, I even use their toothpaste. You guys know I've had dental issues in the past. I love their toothpaste, and they have a lot to choose. I think like 7 or 8 different choices. And my kids are kicking me right now because I need to get the kids' scents that's less spicy for them. But this has a lot of cinnamon and clove. I think it's got rosemary and lemon, maybe even a little bit of eucalyptus. So in the kit, you get 2 of these. So you get the Thief spray. That's really good for spraying on the shopping carts so that you don't pick up stuff that you're going to bring home and then be throwing up hours later. When you take kids shopping, on airplane seats, generally in just any kind of disgusting places like a Walmart bathroom. Thieves hand sanitizer is the best sanitizer out there. And I believe this because, and I won't let my kids use Germix anymore because it actually, like the ingredients will soak into your skin and will get into your bloodstream and strip the antibiotic and probiotic is what I'm trying to say, the probiotic lining in your gut. And you need everything you can get for probiotic. But this is going to strengthen your immune system without killing the good bacteria in your body. Okay, so let me see here. 2 of the most common hand sanitizer hand sanitizers out there contain isopropyl alcohol, which kills good bacteria and can cause alcohol poisoning. 6 teenagers in 2012 in California were poisoned after drinking hand sanitizer. I mean, that's kind of stupid anyway, but the regular Duramax contains toxic chemicals and hormone disruptors like tocopherol acetate and cross polymers, as well as fake fragrances. Yuck, yuck. So Thieves hand sanitizer is the safest stuff that I know of and like to use. It's made of denatured alcohol, which does not hit you like ethyl alcohol, and peppermint and clove and rosemary, cinnamon and lemon. And that is what I want my kids using. Next one is Valor. This is a really important part of the Young Living story, and I could go on and on about this one, but the final oil in the kit, one of Gary Young's favorite oils, is Valor. It contains black spruce, blue tansy, camphor wood, geranium, and frankincense. The Valor blend was used in ancient Roman bathhouses before their soldiers would go into battle. It's soothing and relaxing and designed for courage and bravery. I know a lot of women who have had anxiety and they love this oil and do not want to be without it. This is the fear oil. This is the place of calm. So that is the last oil. And here is a picture of the kit that you can get. So just a reminder of something that we said earlier. So recapping, the kit comes with 12 bottles of oil, a diffuser, 2 packets of Ningxia, 2 Thieves products, and an Aroma Glide roll-on cap that can turn any bottle into an instant roll-on for $165. There's no yearly membership fee. Did you catch that? No membership fee for every year. If you don't place an order, you'll just go inactive after 12 months. When you hop on Essential Rewards, you can pick out products you want to try every month. As you start kicking toxic chemicals to the curb, you can start earning points, and we've already been through the many, many benefits of that. Going chemical-free is a process that you will have to do one step at a time, but keep in mind, just Panaway and frankincense is worth this just by itself, and you get all the others for free on top of that with a diffuser and all of the samples and the Thieves little hand sanitizer and spray. So the next step is to get into some more classes after you get the diffuser. We want to make sure that you know how to use all of your products and that you get the most out of what you have. Okay, so there is a lot of opportunity in the Young Living business side, and I don't want to be afraid to talk about it, but we have got I really need to wrap up. So I want to let you know that I want to let you know in closing, I love Southern Toasted Pecan coffee. It's a Cameron's brand, and you can get it at Walmart. I also love Granny Smith apples. I love the sour stuff. I love Peaches and Cream cotton yarn. You can get that at Walmart. I love listening to Francis Chan speak. I love Bethany Dillon and Shane, and even Southern raised classical bluegrass. I love shopping on Amazon Prime because of the free shipping, and I really love to read the comments and recommendations if something is really good. And I've made so many choices of whether to buy or not to buy based off of what other people have said after they bought it. I love that about the Amazon Prime. I truly love pure oils as well. I share and I recommend what I love, and everyone really recommends and shares what they love, whether or not they're really thinking about it. I want you to think about the cost of this kit. You're looking at it. It's $165. Is that a price that is worth paying? Is it a lot? Is it affordable? Is it over the top? $165, that may seem like a lot. It's an investment, right? Are you getting your money's worth with this little kit? Is it immediate Is it worth immediate relief when you burn yourself or when you have a constant head tension and you would rather not poison your liver with a traditional treatment that you're used to? Is it worth the refreshment of Panaway and of peppermint on your achy muscles post-workout? Is this price worth that extra grounding when you feel like a squirrel or to support your little girl's hormones? Is it worth it when you are struggling with your dental situation and you just need to get past the pain and the swelling? Is it worth it when your husband is exhausted from a work day and needs extra rest because he's wearing himself thin? Is the price tag worth it to avoid mainstream sickness that passes through like a season of the year? $165 is an investment. Yes, it's an investment for your entire family, for your kids, for yourself, for your husband. I had to have a yard sale in order to afford mine. I really do feel like the Lord worked in the way that everything fell so that I had my yard sale. I had some extra cash. I hadn't spent anything. I went to this class and I bought the kit and I got started, and I thank the Lord for it. I wanted to make my little girl's legs better after they were so tight after swelling from the mosquito bites. That's one of the reasons why I bought it. But I also wanted to support my friend because I knew if I bought a kit, I would be on her team and I would be supporting her, and they were in ministry. I wanted the kit because I had immediate experience when my back went out and when I labored and delivered Adeline with a strong and oily doula by my side. I was further convinced when I used Agize on my stomach for indigestion. It made me nauseous the first time that I used it, but I knew that it was helping. It made a big difference. I could go on and talk about my belief, but truly only you can really answer the question of is it worth it for yourself and your family? For my family, it is worth it every single day, yes, because I know that life is hard. And it's going to be hard tomorrow. And it's going to be hard when we are in our 70s. I really want you to learn how to support yourself before you have a lifetime full of pain, especially when it could be avoided. So, I mean, I really believe it's called young living for a reason. If you say yes to buying the starter kit and being on my team, I will love you. And if you say no, I will love you. If you say no and you don't want to be involved. But you get to choose your hard. I hope that you remember that. You get to choose if you want a hard day without oils or a hard day with oils. And I feel much more supported with oils. In my eyes, there is no doubt that and there is no other product line as worth as the price tag. So God's plan for these beautiful, pure, and high-frequency oils are powerful, and they resonate with our body systems that we are just beginning to uncover after hundreds of years of forgotten knowledge about them. When you hold these oils in your hand, you're holding healing plants that are from all over the world. I think that's a really special feeling. It's also very worth it to me to support my family with such a simple and powerful routine. I know that you don't have time, and I know that I don't have time for routines that just don't work. And I'm afraid that the friends that I have that are using other oil companies that are cheaper, they don't think that oils work because they're using products that have been compromised. And I don't necessarily want to live longer, but I want to live well. And I think that that's kind of a general consensus that all of us would rather live really well and full of life and of years when we come down to the end, rather than living a life hanging by a thread. I don't think that people know that we are supposed to be well. People don't know that we are supposed to be strong inside. I want to thrive every single day. We're not supposed to be so broken. And I get it. I used to be there. I used to be skeptical. I don't mean that if you get into oils that you will not ever have a problem and you'll never get sick. That's not what I mean. But I want to let you know that God has really used these oils in my life, and I want to extend an invitation to you. So this is your invitation. I'm sorry that it's been so long. I've really poured a lot of information on you guys, and I hope that it's not too much. But I want you to know that God has used these in my life, and if you're willing to let Him, He will use them in your life. And I've been praying for the ones that are on my team and that will be on my team, and I totally want your purchase to be led by the Lord. So there's been a lot here. And this is the end of the class. I would like to walk you through getting your own kit if you're ready. There's no time like the present, and it's time to start investing in your health so that your family and your bodies are not so broken. It's time, guys. It's time. And I cannot wait to walk you guys through what it's like. And I can't wait to say, you know what, I don't know the answer on that, but I know that we can take it and we can try to find answers together. We don't have to do this alone. Oh man, I love Young Living. I love the people. I love the community. And that's a big part of what it means whenever you buy your kit. You get a really big community that's going to help you. And even further, getting into the business has really helped to strengthen me and to make me a better person, because I've had to have some refining done that hasn't been fun. I've had to do some stuff that I don't want to do. But that's another class. I love you. I hope that you've had a good time tonight. I'm going to end this. May the Lord bless you and keep you and cause His face to shine upon you in a million ways. Good night, guys.